What's up, ass faces? Welcome back to Lab Session 56, episode 56, Bet with Juice. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Taco Tuesday. Make tacos, not war. I hope everybody enjoys their tacos tonight. I know I'm going to enjoy mine. And I hope everybody enjoyed the Monday night football game last night between Detroit Lions and Baltimore Ravens. What a game. What a performance from both teams, especially the Lions. Dave Montgomery, 2 tutties. We did have him for 1 on our prize pick slip. That brings me to the other guy that we had as well, Rashad Bateman. What did I tell you guys? Lucky number 7. He was going to get it done. He hadn't scored in 2 games this year. And he was getting the dummy targets over and over and over. All I said was just catch the ball. He had multiple receptions yesterday, at least 40 or 50 yards, and a touchdown, like I said. It made our dreams come true. If only the other 4 guys could have got it done. We only got 2 for 6 on the main slip on prize picks, and then 3 for 6 on the other 2 slips that I had showed you guys yesterday. It was a great game. Can't complain when you get a game like that back and forth. Don't really care who scores as long as I'm not bored. I don't want to watch a boring Monday night football game. It's not fun. I did lock in for us today on the 15-game MLB slate. A lot of games, a lot going on. There is some games going on with playoff implications and some games that don't really matter at all. But, like I said, I locked in for you guys. First game up would be the Rays versus the Orioles. We are skipping that. It's actually in a rain delay right now. We're just not going to touch it. Both teams are eliminated from playoff contention and really nothing to play for. I did want to go with the young guys in Baltimore, like from last night, but you just can't trust those guys right now. They don't got it in them. They don't got it in them. So next game, you do got Tigers versus Guardians. This is going to be playoff atmosphere at its highest. Right there, Tariq Skubal versus Gavin Williams. I think the total is at, I want to say it was at 6.5. The game started already. Tigers were up 1-0, bottom of the 3rd. Not a lot of runs should be scored. Should be very, very low offensive game. Pirates versus Reds. First gentleman going on the main slip. You got Spencer Steer. He is, I want to say 1 for 1. I wish it was 1 for 1. Just like how I kind of predicted it. He was going to get on base, and then Ellie bats right behind him, who would possibly bring him in. Well, Ellie did exactly that. Just hit a home run a while ago, brought Spencer in, but Spencer got walked. So we still need 1 more from him. Hits, runs, or RBIs. Next game up, I really, really wanted to go with Edward Cabrera. You got Marlins versus Phillies. His strikeouts. We ended up going 4.5. It says 5.5 right there. We did go 4.5 on the gut slip. Phillies strike out a lot. They've already clinched the division. They've already clinched their playoff spot and where they're going to be playing at, which is at home. They are up, 1-0, bottom of the 2nd, and he already has another guy on base. This is why I didn't want to put him in the main slip. He should pitch 7 to 8 innings tonight, so I still believe Edward Cabrera gets this 4.5 strikeouts pretty easily. It's like 1 strikeout per inning. Shouldn't be too hard for him. White Sox versus the Yankees. You got Shane Martin versus Luis Gil. Yankees are playing for a playoff spot. They are 2 games behind the Blue Jays right now. I think Luis Gil deals tonight. I did want to go with our rookie, Colson Montgomery, for 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. But we've seen before the White Sox have gotten cold. They obviously don't have anything to play for. And the kids are waiting for the the off season. They want to go and do their little vacations and whatnot. They're clocked out. So we're just going to leave that alone. Red Sox versus Blue Jays. Also, another team, both teams. This is a very, very big game for both of them. Red Sox, Blue Jays. You got Giolito pitching against Kevin Gossman. I wouldn't normally do this and fade Giolito, but Alejandro Kirk has stupid dummy numbers against him. I believe I don't. I hope he hasn't came up to bat yet. Let's see. He is not came up to bat. He will be leading off in the next inning for the Blue Jays. That is Alejandro Kirk. He has 4 home runs against Giolito. I couldn't leave that alone today. I'm taking his bases. Giolito is giving up a ton of doubles. Kirk is actually a little chunky guy. But if he hits the ball right today, down the line, I think he gets out of the box and hustles his ass over to second. This is a big game for them. Like I said, they're 2 games ahead of the Yankees. They need to keep that lead, and the Red Sox also they're going back and forth. They need to get this dub tonight, the Blue Jays at home. So we are going Alejandro Kirk, 1.5 bases. Nationals versus Braves. Both teams eliminated. But we are going Baldwin fantasy score. Drake Baldwin. Dude has hit this prop. I mean, from what I've seen, I saw 5 in the last 5 games that he's hit this prop. I'm pretty sure it goes beyond that. He's on a crazy tear right now. He is super hot, super locked in for us. I mean, every time I've taken him in the last 2 weeks, he's cashed for us. So, we're going to go with them again. Stick with the hot bat. Drake Baldwin fantasy score. That's actually going on the main slip and the gut slip. Next game, you got the Mets versus the Cubs. You got Nico Horner leading off for the Cubbies. Mets versus Cubs, right? We're fading David Peterson. It's Peterson. I like calling him Peterson. David Peterson. I don't know why. It sounds funny. We're fading him. The lefty. Nico has outstanding numbers against the lefties. And I believe he's 2 for 2. I think it's 2 for 2 against Peterson. Dude's been on a tear just like Baldwin. So this is actually going on the main slip. Nico Horner. Yeah, 2 for 3 against Peterson. We're going 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. We're getting that at probably minus 200. Little green goblin. And then next game, you got Twins and Rangers. Our guy, my dude, Austin Martin, 1.5. Where's he at? Right there. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs against Mr. Patrick Corbin from the Rangers. Both teams also eliminated, right? Not playing for too much, but this kid, Austin Martin, has the hot bat still. And honestly, Corbin hasn't been great. He's been like meh, like okay. Mid. The kids call it mid these days. He's been mid. That's what he's been. So we're just going to go ahead and fade Patrick Corbin at home. The total run line is at 8.5. I believe it's a back and forth game. Nobody cares. They're just hitting the ball over the place. Austin Martin easily cashes this for us. Royals versus Angels. I could not stomach to bet this game. I couldn't do it. I just put big old bleh. I'm not doing it. I don't trust the Angels. I don't trust the Royals. Both out of contention. Royals not mathematically, technically not out of the playoffs, but within the next day or two, they will be done. They're out, and so will the Rangers be. Well, actually, never mind. Why I said Royals? Because I was talking about the Royals and the Angels. I'm looking at Rangers and Twins. All right. Royals, Angels, skip that game. Rockies versus Mariners. Next game up. Listen, Rockies, terrible team. I don't know a lot about this pitcher, but he's 0-4-4 with a 9.17 ERA. McCade Brown going against the Mariners. They need a dub tonight as well. I believe they're in like a 1-game race, 2-game race. I think they got the lead right now. I don't want to get this wrong. But we're going Josh Naylor, 1 run on the main slip. And then Jorge Polanco, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on the gut slip. He bats right behind Naylor. So we're hoping both of these cash for us. He brings in Naylor, gets the job done. It's not too bad, not too hard. Brewers versus Padres. Brewers already have the number 1 spot. Where we at? Already have the number 1 spot, and I don't give a flying crap about the Padres. So I just put lose because they are 2.5 games back behind us. I just want to see us get in that spot. I think it's the 3 spot that we're fighting for right now. I just don't want to see the Padres win. Cardinals versus Giants. We're also skipping that game. I wanted to fade Palante, honestly, like really bad. Andre Palante from the Cardinals, terrible pitcher, absolutely garbage. But Giants decided to beat up on us, the Dodgers, and I think their bats are going to be dead tonight. I think they're going to strike out a couple times. I could be wrong, and Rafael Devers hits a home run. Chapman hits a home run. Ramos. Yeah, that's like 3 guys. They all might leave the yard tonight, and I could be super wrong. I'm going to go lock back in and put one of those guys on my slips. Astros versus Athletics. I wanted to take Butler. They're not fighting for anything. The Athletics, that is. The Astros are. I wanted to fade Christian Javier against Lawrence Butler, the lefty. Just don't have it in me. Maybe I do throw him on and a slip with the Giants player and some other guys. Maybe Colson Montgomery. But for now, none of those guys are going on our slips at all. But I can tell you who is going on our slip. Dodgers versus D-backs. Mookie Betts, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs on the gut slip. Dude is locked in right now, okay? You got playoffs coming up. Boy is dialed. Mookie is dialed. I'm not worried about him. His bat will continue to produce for the Dodgers. I'm not worried about it. That is the 15-game MLB slate right there, signed by your boy Juice. Before I forget, I'll go to the slips right now because I only got 2 slips for you guys. Before I forget, I'm just going to show you the picture. I told you guys, because I was like, I need to address this. I told you guys, Jackson Dart, former Trojan. I'm trying to point. There you go. This way. Former Trojan turned Ole Miss Rebel. I told you guys he was going to be starting by week 2 or 3 for the Giants. They waited till week 4 now, I guess, technically? Yeah, week 4. Russell Wilson, see you later, buddy. I know Future's just smiling right now, ear to ear. Jackson Dart, you're up, kid. You're up, kid. Young Padawan, Anakin Jackson Dart. He's going to lead the Giants to the promised land in the Meadowlands. They're probably going to get rocked. They have to play, I think it's the Chargers this week. Good luck, Jackson. I could be wrong, but we're not talking about football right now. I just wanted to throw that out there that I was absolutely right about Jackson Dart getting that starting position over Russell in a couple of weeks into the NFL season. Bet with juice. Let's go ahead and show you guys our main slips and gut slips for MLB today. Spencer Steer, 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Great American Ballpark should be buzzing right now. Oh, that's good. They were down 4-0 in the first inning or second inning. It's 4-2, so they're climbing back up. They're trying to make playoffs for the first time in a long time. I'm rooting for them heavy, and I'm obviously rooting for Spencer Steer to get 1 more hits, runs, RBIs, and then Drake Baldwin. Their game has started already. 6.5 fantasy score. Mr. Nico Horner, a half hits, runs, RBIs, leading off for the Cubbies today. We hope they beat the Mets, and that helps out the Reds get into the playoffs. And guess who they get to play? Us, baby. I would love to see the Cincinnati Reds in a playoff series, little 3-game wildcard series. Bring it on, brother. Bring it on. Austin Martin, our stud, our guy with the wonderful birthday. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, fading Patrick Corbin from the Rangers. They don't got nothing to play for. team is Dunzo. And then Josh Naylor, possible solo shot from the kid. 1 run later on against Colorado. That's the main slip. That pays. We got a little boost, a little promo boost for that one. 13 to pay 200. And then the next game, or the next slip, is our gut slip. Edward Cabrera, you suck. This is why you're not on the main slip, and this is why the gut slip is not going to hit. 0 strikeouts. They're up 3-0. So thank you for that. And then Alejandro Kirk, 1.5 total bases. Drake Baldwin, fantasy score. And we went heavy on him and Austin Martin. 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. And Mookie also 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs. Same as Mr. Jorge Polanco. Brings in Josh Naylor today. Easy day, easy money. Cash money. That's it, guys. Those are the 2 slips that we have. Like I said, maybe I might lock in with, I think Colson's game started already. I might bet some Giants and Athletics today. Go Bay Area status. Who knows? Maybe they might bring home some coin for us while we're cooking some tacos later on. That'd be nice. That'd be great. Fantastic. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching Lab Session 56, Episode 56, Bet with Juice. Let's hit some bets tonight, boys. Peace.